Diane and Denmark here, rah rah rah. It is Monday morning and you know me, I love Monday mornings. It always feels like a fresh start. Anyway, I'm checking with you two things today. I'll be checking with you for our 40-day declutter challenge. Remember, we're just going for one item per day. We're on to day 6 and I'll show you what I have decluttered, what I found to declutter over the weekend. I was posting on Instagram the weekend, but I don't make YouTube videos. And the other thing is just a wee check-in for this week in Flylady land. Last week I did a fast track week with you. I know many of you, like me, have maybe been down with the flu. I had influenza A. I was down with the flu for a week and it took me another week to get over it. Or if you are just having trouble getting back on track, all we did was the usual thing. We dusted off our control journal, house management binder, whatever you want to call it, or the app, whatever kind of app you're using to check off your routines. And we just, got back on track by going through morning routine, evening routine, and adding in the weekly home blessing hour. So I hope you're all kind of feeling back on track. If you missed that, you can always go back and watch the videos from last week, 5 videos. Anyway, checking with today because we are moving into a new Flylady zone this week. It's the beginning of the month. The first week of the month is zone 1, which is the dining room, if you have one of those, and the entry to the house. And maybe you come through the garage, maybe you come up some stairs and go through a porch, anything like that. And I'll just tell you the missions for the week, because I had a quick look at those. And remember, the main thing is that you get your basics done. Morning routine, evening routine, weekly home blessing hour. And once you've got those going, then you can add in some zone work. But I'll tell you what the zone work is. And also, I've told you before, I like to pamper by zone and do the garden by zone. So I'll tell you about that too. Anyway, the missions for this week, and remember, you don't need to do all of those, just choose one and go for it. And as I said, this is for zone 1, which is entry to the house and the dining room. So first mission of the week is to take a wee look at your entryway. Have you got kind of piles of shoes there, coats which have fallen down? Get those hung up and take 5 or 10 minutes to work on that. Zone 1, mission number 2 for this week is to do the same thing in your dining room. Have you got any hot spots there? Have you been dumping things onto the dining table? Now is the time to set your trusty timer just for 10 or 15 minutes and work on getting those out of the room and put them back where they belong. Zone 1, mission 3 for this week is to water or dust your plants. If you've got fresh plants, I've got thyme and basil here. Basil, like faulty towers. Maybe want to give them a wee haircut or a water. If you've got kind of dried flower arrangements, maybe give those a shake outside, get the dust off them. Mission number 4 for this week is anything of your choosing in the zone. Maybe you need to dust, maybe you need to give a really good vacuum. I always like vacuuming, I think it really makes a big difference. And the last one, the last mission for this week is to do a wee pamper. Because, don't forget the pampering thing, because we go too much overboard with having to clean all the things instead of actually thinking about ourselves. Right, and I'll just tell you, while we're on that note of pampering, because I keep a note in my control journal of things that I can do to pamper when we're in zone 1. And I'll tell you what my ones are for zone 1. I've got written down here to dye my eyebrows and my eyelashes. I'm 52 years old and my eyebrows are getting much fainter now. I never do anything with my hair. My hair has got lots of grey in it, and I really like the grey actually because it gives some good highlights. Anyway, so usually at the beginning of the month, I like to dye them. That saves me a lot of time in the morning instead of having to fill in with pencil. Also because I see zone 1 as kind of the entry to the house. So, like your eyebrows from your face. What about doing something like a body scrub, getting off the rough edges? I run a lot, you know, I'm doing daily exercise, whether it's cycling down to the sea and having my skinny dip, or out for a wee run around the village. So I get quite a lot of hard skin on the same place. It's always on my right foot. And I've got one of those little foot file things that takes off the hard skin. So, you know, okay, I don't want to get too gruesome, but maybe you want to do that. And also, the weather is now kind of changing here. Hooray! We're now officially into spring here in Denmark. Maybe you want to start thinking about the garden again. And I know a lot of you are going to say, we can't find the garden, you know, under 10 metres of snow. If you're like that, don't worry about it. But I've got my list for the garden. Zone 1, you know, the entry to the house. So I'm thinking things like the pavement outside. Do I need to start weeding out there? Not too many weeds yet. Any overhanging branches, do I need to cut those back? Sweep the garage. I always feel like a grown-up when I'm sweeping the garage. Sweep the paths and just check, you know, the front door area. Did you have some plants out there that have died over the winter? You know, maybe go through those. So anyway, that's it for the kind of zone thing for this week. I may be making some zone cleaning videos this week. I don't know, I've got a kind of weird schedule this week and some other stuff going on, and I'll tell you about in a wee minute. But on to our declutter for the day. So declutter day number 6. Remember, we're going for 40 days. Just look for one item every day. You don't need to be going overboard by finding a whole box of stuff or a whole bag of things. If you can do that, that's great. The main thing is that we're just every single day we're choosing one thing to let go of. And I'll show you what I found over the weekend. I've got a blouse here. I think this actually was handed on to me from Vibeke. And I've kind of had it hanging in the wardrobe, but you know, I have that system where I hang things with the hook going one way when I've worn the item and the other way when I haven't, so I can immediately see what I'm not wearing. And this one I've been kind of jumping over it the whole time and avoiding it. And I know why now, because it's kind of like, it's a dull seafoam colour. And I got out my DYT cards to check, and I can see it's actually, it's a T3 green, and that's why it's been bothering me. That's why I haven't worn it, because it hasn't got that little, you know, brightness. So that's going to the clothes swap, because I'm going to a clothes swap soon. Woo. Next close up is coming up soon. And another thing, and I won't show you all of them, but when I was looking at my outfit the other day, you know, I was also choosing my unmentionables, my underwear, and I found a bra which has seen better days. So that I put into, and I've got a little bag, so that when we're traveling, you know, when I'm going off on a trip, I take any old underwear, I wear it one last time, and after that it goes in the bin. There you go. So, and that way when I come back from my holidays, I've got more space in my suitcase and I've decluttered stuff. I also had a little camisole top. I picked this up actually at one of our swaps, and it's just too big, and it's really nice colours and whatever, but I can't, even on the sewing machine I wouldn't be able to make it work. So that is going to the next clothes swap. And then my item for today, and I'll just show you, let me just grab it. And this is, you may want to think about, I'm going to be decluttering by zone. We're into zone 1, so you may want to look through any of your winter coats, hats, gloves, anything like that. What about winter boots, shoes? What about the kids? Because probably if you've got small kids, they are changing sizes so fast. I'm going to declutter this coat today. Now this coat belonged to my friend Sue, and I'll need to tell you, and I'm taking this over to her today because she might want it back, or maybe it'll go to Kate, one of our friends. Anyway, Sue had a really bad accident last week. She ended up in hospital and she broke both her wrists, like not just one wrist, both wrists. Had an operation on them, so she is in plaster cast from there to there, both arms. And don't worry, she's okay now. But I'm going around to see her this morning along with Vibeke, and we said, you know, we're going over to cheer her up, but we may do a wee bit of cleaning for her, maybe a mini weekly home blessing for her. And she messaged me, you know, about 20 minutes ago and said, is there any chance I could make the black bean cake for her? Now remember, I'll put the link up there. I've got a fantastic, super simple recipe for a black bean cake. That's the ingredients there, because it's her husband's birthday today and she just hasn't been able to do anything. So as soon as I'm uploading this video, I'm going to whiz that up in the mixer. It's a super simple cake. No flour in it, you just put everything in the mixer. And I'm going to take that over to her when I go there with Vibeke. So anyway, I need to get on making a cake and then get on to visiting the patient. So anyway, I hope you have a fantastic day out there. Remember, if you want to do some zone work, that's fine, but set your timer before you start it. Let me know what you are decluttering today. Remember, just go for one item. Quite often, when you find one thing, it's like, oh, you know, I can also let go of that too. But the main thing is that we're being consistent here, okay? So that's all we're looking for. Don't go setting the bar too high. We're just setting the bar where we can actually get over it every single day. So anyway, on that note, I'm just going to get my pom-poms. There will also be another video from me today because I was out swimming yesterday, and anyway, all will be revealed in that. So on that note, live long and prosper. May the Danish food be with you. I have some sunshine today for Sue's husband's birthday, and I shall see you. Not quite sure when I'll see you, but you'll know me when you see me. Okay, and on that note, rah, rah, rah.